When someone says the word pension, what comes to your mind? A dusty government office? Your grandparents talking about their golden years? Some boring thing HR mentioned at your first job that you completely zoned out on? Yeah, I get it. Pensions don't exactly scream exciting. But here's the thing. If you've got one, or you're about to get one, you might be sitting on the most underrated financial tool in retirement. And if you don't fully understand it, you could be leaving a serious chunk of money on the table without even realizing it. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're getting into something that a lot of people have, but very few people actually understand: pensions. Specifically, we're answering the big question: do pensions actually make a real difference in retirement? Like, is it genuinely life-changing money, or is it just a nice little bonus on the side? By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what a pension does for your retirement, how to figure out if yours is enough, and what to do if it's not. Let's get into it.
Let's just quickly break down what a pension actually is, because a lot of people use the word without really knowing what's going on under the hood. A pension, also called a defined benefit plan, is basically a promise from your employer. They're saying, hey, you put in the years, we'll pay you a set amount of money every single month for the rest of your life once you retire. That's it. You don't manage the investments, you don't stress about market crashes, you don't log into some app at 2 a.m. wondering why your balance dropped. You just get a check every month, like clockwork, until you die. And that guaranteed, predictable income, in today's world where most people only have a 401k that goes up and down like a roller coaster, that is genuinely rare. Like, rarer than people think. Now, compare that to a 401k, which is a defined contribution plan, where you put money in, your employer might match some of it, and then the whole thing rides on how the market performs. Good years? Great. Bad years? You're watching your retirement savings shrink, and there's nothing you can do about it. So right off the bat, a pension has a built-in advantage that most people seriously underestimate. It takes all the investment risk off your plate completely.
Okay, the big question. Does having a pension actually move the needle in retirement, or is it kind of whatever? Short answer? Yes. Like, genuinely, significantly yes. But how much of a difference depends on a few things. Let's talk numbers for a second, because this is where it gets real. The average American retiree spends somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 a month. That's housing, food, healthcare, utilities, maybe a little fun money, just the basics of living a decent life. Now, in the US, the average Social Security payment sits around $1,700 to $1,800 a month. So right there, most people are already short by over $1,000 every single month, and that gap has to come from somewhere. If you've got a pension that pays you, say, $1,500 a month on top of Social Security, suddenly you're at $3,200 a month. You're covered. You're not dipping into savings just to pay the electric bill. You're not panicking every time inflation ticks up. You've got a floor, a real, solid financial floor that most retirees would absolutely kill for.
And here's the thing people don't talk about enough. That peace of mind has a dollar value too. When you know the money is coming no matter what, you sleep better. You don't make desperate financial decisions. You don't pull money out of investments at the worst possible time because you're scared. That psychological stability, it literally protects your other assets. Now, on the flip side, if your pension is only paying you $400 or $500 a month, that's a different story. It helps, sure, but it's not going to carry you. And that's where a lot of people get caught off guard. They assume their pension is going to be enough, and then they actually look at the number and realize it's more like a supplement than a salary replacement.
So how do you figure out where you actually stand? Because is my pension enough is a question that needs a real answer, not a guess. Here's a simple framework. 3 steps. Step 1. Figure out your pension income. Call your HR department or log into your pension portal and find out your estimated monthly benefit at your planned retirement age. Don't estimate this. Get the actual number. Step 2. Add your Social Security estimate. In the US, go to ssa.gov, create an account, and pull your Social Security statement. It'll show you your estimated benefit at different retirement ages. Add that to your pension number. Step 3. Compare it to what you actually spend. Build a real retirement budget. Not a guess, not a vibe, an actual line-by-line estimate of what your monthly expenses will look like. Housing, food, transportation, healthcare, fun, travel, emergencies, all of it.
Now, subtract your total guaranteed income, pension plus Social Security, from that number. What's left is your gap, the amount you'd need to cover from savings, part-time work, or other income sources every single month. If your gap is 0 or close to it, honestly, you're in a really strong position. You can let your savings grow and use them for extras rather than survival. If your gap is $500, $1,000, $1,500 a month, that's not the end of the world, but it means you need a plan. And you need it before you retire, not after.
Okay, so let's say you run the numbers and realize your pension, even combined with Social Security, doesn't quite get you there. What do you actually do? Option 1, delay retirement if you can. Even 1 or 2 extra years of working does 3 things at once. You keep adding to savings, you delay drawing down on those savings, and your pension benefit often increases the longer you work. Some pensions grow by a meaningful percentage for every year you delay. That compounding effect is no joke. Option 2, maximize your 401k or IRA contributions right now. If retirement is 5 to 10 years away, you've still got time to seriously beef up your savings. Max out that 401k, especially if your employer matches. That's free money. And if you're over 50, you get catch-up contribution limits that let you put in even more.
Option 3. Think about a part-time income in retirement. This one surprises people, but hear me out. You don't have to work 40 hours a week. Even 10 or 15 hours a week doing something you actually enjoy, consulting, tutoring, freelancing, selling stuff online, can bring in $500 to $1,000 a month. That can completely close your income gap without touching your savings at all. Option 4. Be strategic about Social Security timing. A lot of people claim Social Security the second they're eligible at 62. But here's the thing. Every year you delay claiming, up until age 70, your monthly benefit grows by roughly 6 to 8%. So if you can live off your pension alone for a few years and let Social Security grow, that's a significant income boost for the rest of your life.
Let's zoom out for a second, because I want you to see the bigger picture here. We live in a world where most people retire with nothing but a 401k and Social Security. And look, that can work, but it requires constant management. You've got to figure out how much to withdraw each year so you don't run out. You've got to worry about sequence of returns risk, which is basically the nightmare scenario where the market tanks right when you retire and you're forced to sell at the worst time. You've got to project out 25, 30 years of expenses and hope your math is right. A pension eliminates most of that stress. It's not just income, it's certainty. And certainty in retirement is priceless.
Think about it this way. 2 people retire with the exact same net worth, say $400,000 in savings. Person A has no pension. They've got to figure out how to make that $400,000 last potentially 25 to 30 years, which means withdrawing conservatively, stressing about every market dip, and constantly second-guessing themselves. Person B has a pension covering most of their basic expenses. That same $400,000, it's not a survival fund anymore. It's a freedom fund. They can travel with it, help the kids or grandkids, handle emergencies without breaking a sweat, take a risk on something they've always wanted to do. Same savings,
completely different retirement experience. That's the real difference a pension makes.
All right, let's wrap up. Do pensions make a difference in retirement? Absolutely, but only if you understand yours, plan around it properly, and fill in any gaps before you retire. Run your numbers. Know your pension benefit cold. Add Social Security. Build a real budget. Find your gap, then make a plan to close it. A pension is a foundation, not a full house. Build on it right, and your retirement can be genuinely comfortable and stress-free. Ignore it or assume it's enough without checking? That's where people get into trouble. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you have a pension? Are you counting on it as your main retirement income, or is it just one piece of your plan? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it.